How's it going? I did try to think of another video opener to say, guys, but I just like to keep it short and sweet. So yeah, today I'm gonna do a story time. So I'm gonna use my experiences from school for this video. So I'm gonna be telling you not 3 stories, but like if I was making a video shortly after these events, I could tell you the beginning, the middle, and the end. I could really, I could tell you everything down to the last detail, what happened. But I've been out of school a few years now at least, so things are getting distorted. So I'm just gonna try and stick to the main points. I'm going to call this video My Embarrassing School Stories, because these are 3 times that were just embarrassing moments of my life they happened at school. So yeah, I'll do another separate video on my school experiences and what my school life was like. I hated school. I thought it was an absolute hellhole. It's nothing but a watered down version of prison to me. Anyway, you either make it in school or you don't, and I was very unfortunate not to make it in school. I was the picked on kid. But enough about that, guys. If you want to know any specific experiences, about my first, I don't know, my first fight, or what I did at school, that kind of thing, then let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm going to tell you about 3 times in my life that I was actually embarrassed at school. Yeah, so they're pretty short stories, as I say, because time has a way of sneaking up on you, and you forget about certain things and why things were like they were, and I might have forgotten a few key details, but yeah. So the first one, a bit of background. So something happened personally in my life, and I was taken out of mainstream school. Not taken out of mainstream school, but I didn't go to classes. I went to this, me and my brother, we went to this, it's a part of the school for people who have been missing the school or don't get on in school, to sort of catch up with the lessons. And you have to fit a certain criteria in order to qualify, learning, in this particular part of the school. So it's more like a group. It's a group for people that their grades are suffering because of outside influences, and they hope that they can help you out and to catch up a bit. Long story short with that, guys, is it was a waste of time. The teacher didn't do anything. She just sat eating all day. She just gave you a textbook, and then whatever happened. She didn't care. It was just full of all the kids that were just there to waste time. All the kids who would bully other kids, or kids that were having no problems at school, and problems at home. They were just sat there and they just chat to the teachers all day long about the teachers' personal lives. So yeah. Anyway, one day we had this substitute teacher. So our teacher was off for some other reason. She couldn't get into school, or she had to go home, or I don't know, for whatever reason she was off doing something else. And we had this other teacher. She wasn't a teacher, she was basically somebody that was drafted in. If they needed someone to watch the kids in this group, they draft this person in. So I guess you can say supply teacher, substitute teacher, whatever you want. But this particular woman, she was very young, very arrogant, very pompous, and she was only watching over me and a small other group of kids. So she acted like the big I am, the big I'm in charge here kind of thing. And she wasn't much older than us, We were 15, 14, 15, 16. No, we were 14, I think. Yeah, 14, 15. Yeah, 14. And she was probably about 27, not even 30 probably. You know what I mean? Maybe even younger, probably about 24, something like that. I didn't really like this teacher because I never really get on with teachers. I'm sorry if you are a teacher or a teacher in training, but some of you need to stop picking on the kids that are just, trying to mind their own business and get through school. They have enough problems fitting in with the peers. Never mind, teachers. In my personal opinion, and not just to me, but I've seen it happen to other kids. Teachers, are the biggest bullies. Forget police forces. Forget, forget the army. Forget any other, authority. Teachers. They really do. Get on my wires. There's good and bad teachers. Like there's good and bad in all professions, but a lot of my teachers now went to quite a few different schools. I could tell you some stories. A lot of bully boy teachers that just love to pick on quiet kids. I happen to have the misfortune of being the quiet kid, So anyway, this woman comes in. Girl, I'll call her this girl because she wasn't a woman. She was, barely out of training school or whatever they, however you become a teacher. And everyone else was talking, messing about, So I decided to. I'm not actually sure, guys, if this embarrassing moment happened with her or the actual teacher that looked after the group. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember it now, guys, but the reason that I was drawn to the supply teacher was because every time, I tried to talk, I wasn't a loud kid, I was just, talking to my brother and just, I'd just, mention a few things here and there, sometimes about the work, sometimes not about the work, and I was still working pretty hard, doing my best. And she'd have a go at me for it and not the other kids that were just totally messing about and, not paying attention, not doing anything. But it was either her or the main teacher that looked after their group. Me and my brother were sat at a table and, I'd had enough all day, I was in a very sarcastic mood, so, we needed to get on with some work, so I just said sarcastically, I meant it to sound like this. I meant it to sound like, come on, we've got work to do, get your pen out, and let's go, come on, get your pen out, and let's do this, kind of thing. Now, there's a brand of pen, an ink pen called Bic, B-I-C, right? And if you weren't paying attention, it sounded like, sorry guys, this is not parental, not parental guidance, but if you're not, I'll say it guys, but, don't go around swearing or using bad words, I don't advise it, but if you're not listening properly, the word big can sound like dick. So I just meant to say, get your big out, as in get the brand of pen out, get your big pen out. I don't know why I said it, I thought nothing of it at the time. Actually that's a lie. I just knew as soon as I said it, somebody had heard. It was one of those, looking back, the whole classroom went quiet, but they didn't. And the teacher was stood over. I don't know whether it was her. No, it was definitely the woman who looks after the main group. Yeah, it was the main teacher. Yeah, forget the supply teacher. She was just an arsehole. Oh, sorry guys, I swore. But yeah, forget the supply teacher. The main teacher was stood there. And she went, what did you just say? Oh, she said, pardon. Or words to that effect. And then she gave me a bit of spiel. I think she said she must have followed me something like, that's a naughty word or something, like, that sort of, I don't know, that sort of stuck-up, arrogant teacher voice that they use. What did you just say? You know what I mean? I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't swearing or anything. It was just, I couldn't explain it because it sounded stupid when I explain it now out loud. So yeah, just to recap, I said to my brother, "Get your bick out," right underneath the teacher's nose. I didn't know she was there, and she'd obviously heard, "Get your dick out," and she just turned round and reacted. So yeah, she was no but a fat little so-and-so. She did nothing but eat, and complain, and sit at her desk all day. The kids who were supposed to be coming there and catching up with work did bugger all. But yeah, I really do hate school, guys, so you'll never hear me talking about a positive experience. Of course I miss my school days, not my school days, but I miss being young, and I miss those days, back in the day, so to speak, but I don't miss school, if that makes sense. I just miss the age that I was at school. Life's exciting as a teenager, life's exciting as a young kid, but as you get older it just gets worse and worse. But yeah, I didn't deny it. I don't know. I thought, oh, bugger, what have I done? But yeah, it was just one of those things that couldn't be helped. But yeah, my second story involves a laptop and some headphones. So I was still in that group at this time, and I was supposed to be going back to my English teacher to do a lesson with her. I was supposed to leave the not special group, but I'll call it extra activities group, the group that was, trying to catch up on work with. I was supposed to go back to my English class, and yeah, so it was. I think it was towards the end of the week. I think it was anyway, and when teachers are just too tired to care, they just want the students just to have something to do and just not bother them for the next hour. Anyway, we'd all got laptops, and we were supposed to plug a headphone into the side, and we were supposed to log on to something and listen to something. Now I was a very, very shy kid, so I never wanted to bother the teachers with anything. I had a dodgy headphone set, so that the headphones were dodgy. Either I think it was the headphones that were dodgy. There was a problem with the connector, or basically I couldn't get the sound to play through the headphones. So me being cowardly, I didn't want to challenge the teacher's authority, because there's countless times when I've asked for help and I've just been bullied as a result, so I don't ask for help. I just got through school the best I could. So yeah, we're all sat, at this table, and a few other kids, they got their headsets on, listening to whatever we were supposed to be listening to. Anyway, me being the dumbass kid that I was, thought, instead of being bullied for asking for help, I'll try not to be bullied by the teacher by pretending that I could hear what was going on through the headphones. So I was sat with this laptop in front of me, the headphones on, and I was pretending to listen. The teacher, not even a foot away from me, sat right next to me. I'm thinking any minute now, she's going to ask me about something, related to whatever we were supposed to be listening to. She's going to know, basically, she's going to cotton on that I've not been listening to it. Or she's going to, take my headphones off, have a listen or something. And I just knew I'd get caught doing it, but by the skin of my teeth, I managed to pretend for at least a good 10-20 minutes. I was just fed up with that teacher anyway, so she was an okay teacher, don't get me wrong, she was, pretty standard, but yeah, I was just fed up of being bullied for everything. It didn't matter whether I went forwards or backwards, the teachers would always pick on me for something. So was a standard rule. Try to keep my head down and get on with things, even if, I had to fake it, so to speak. But yeah, it was so embarrassing because I'm sat there and I'm sort of having to pretend, a role play, if you will, that I'm hearing something through these headphones. And I'm thinking, you stupid idiot, just ask her for the headphones or something. But I'm thinking, she's gonna say some stupid teacher thing like everyone else's is working, why isn't yours? Yeah, I always got sarcastic teachers. But yeah, the third embarrassing thing that happened to me at school was, why did I say 3 things, guys? There's a story that I'm supposed to be telling, but I forgot about. Oh yeah, here's a time when I got in trouble, basically. It's not embarrassing, it was more upsetting than anything, because it was a case of, I was a good kid, I just tried to do my best. I was always getting bullied no matter what I did, by the teachers, by the kids, so I'm just trying to do my best. So one day, I'm in a dance class. God, I hated dance. Dance teachers, you aren't real teachers. Get a proper fucking job. Sorry guys, but I hated my dance teacher. And we were supposed to be going to watch the other dance classes performance. So they were in one building, we were in another. The idea being is towards the end of the lesson, our class would leave. We would leave the building, go into the other building, sit in this hall and watch. It turned out to be my brother's dance class, perform this performance. So the end of the classes, it's nearly the end of the class. Me and 2 of the other kids that I got on with, they were okay, but they were pretty not naughty, but they'd lead you astray if you let them, and they weren't really paying much attention, but they just wanted to get out of dance like the rest of us. So we all exited outside, right? This whole class. Half the class, unknowingly to me, I didn't know this. The rest of the class went out of the building to this other building to watch my brother's dance performance. Not his dance performance, but my brother's class perform. Me and 2 other kids, we decided, I genuinely did. I didn't know if the other 2 knew about it. I genuinely thought, because I didn't have a way of telling the time back then, I didn't know, as in I didn't have a watch or anything. I thought we were all, I thought the whole class was leaving to go and get changed. I thought the class was over and it was time for the next class. So me and 2 other kids, we go into the changing rooms. I'm still wondering at this point why no other kid has joined us. I get changed. I go outside of the changing rooms. I see no sign of our class. It's at that moment I think I realised, I think the other 2 did, but I'm pretty sure I did. I realised, bugger, the other class are over there watching the performance. I just knew I got changed before the end of the class, which to them is like deserting the class. I'm doing something, that I'm not supposed to be doing before the class has even ended. So I make my way out of the building, shit scared. I go to the other building, and I walk into the hall. Long story short, this 5'5", 5'4" dance teacher goes off on me. Instead of letting me explain and just saying, I'm very sorry, I thought it was the end of class, I would have never done it, etc, etc. I got it wrong, I'm very sorry, it will never happen again, and, basically just giving me the chance to explain. I don't think she would have believed me anyway, but because it was just, it was out of character for me, but she should have known. So me and the other, 2 kids, we rock up. She gives us a belly full of just, to me it was insults, because she was saying, oh, because my brother was there, she was picking on me, saying, "Oh, why can't you be more like your brother, etc., etc." And she, surprise, surprise, they don't go off don't go off on the confident kids. They go off on the cocky kid. They go off on one. They shout at the quiet kid. So she gives me a good bollocking. A bollocking is a good talking to. And she gives us lunchtime, or we had a first break as well. She gives me a detention. So I'm so pissed at her. Like, she should have just, we could have sorted it out like adults. I was a grown-up kid, for my age. We could have sorted it out. She would have got to got to the bottom of it, and it would have never happened again. We could have shook hands and gone the other way. So I gets to the detention, and she understands at this point that it was out of character, and she explains to me. She says, "Oh, I know you wouldn't have done it, on purpose. It was only a mistake," and just lets me go. Why the hell couldn't she have said, "See me at break time," and then, let me explain? She had to pure embarrass me in front of everybody else for a genuine mistake. And I was old enough to know as well, I was a teen, I was probably 13, 14, so, but, yeah. I guess teachers to me are like cops are to some people. Some people hate the cops, I hate teachers. They're fucking bullies, guys. If you are young, and you are being picked on, especially by a teacher, tell your parents, guys. Now, I'm not a snitch. What I mean is you need an adult to fight against an adult. Now, I don't mean like a fist fight. I mean, you need someone of authority to stand up against someone of authority. Don't let them get away with it, guys. It's bad enough, a bit of playground bullying between, between people of the same age, between teenagers, but when grown adults pick on children, then I have no longer have respect for them. I have a lot of respect for the cops. I don't have any respect for teachers. Of course I do like teachers that are there to help and let you read and write, and I guess we all have that one teacher that, we won't forget for the rest of our lives, because, they were the, best days of our life. And I did have one teacher. She was the best thing ever. I had two, actually. So, I'm not completely biased, but yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my story time. Please like, and if you haven't already, please smash the subscribe button. Get in touch with those requests, guys, if you want to know more school stories. It helps when I've got a certain topic to talk about, or a certain, experience to talk about, so then I've got a video idea. Yeah. Okay, guys, so take care of yourselves, and until next time. I did that the wrong way around. I should have said, take care of yourselves. Oh no. But yeah, guys, look after yourselves, and I'll see you again for another video.